Good evening. I'm back with a quick word, and this one is coming from Jeremiah, the 21st chapter, and the verse is verses 12, and then we're going to use the uh, two verses that it gives as reference verses. So, this word is for concerning the house of David, which is God's chosen people. Now, we'll get into it in another lesson. You know, he it's two houses and that are God's chosen people, two families. But we all make, one big family, and that's the house of Israel and then the house of David. And like I said, we'll get into that in another lesson. But right now, this one is concerning the house of David. So verse 12 says, O house of David, thus saith the Lord, execute judgment in the morning, and deliver him that is spoiled out of the hand of the oppressor. Lest my fury go out like fire and burn that none can quench it because of the evil of your doing. Okay. So this word is to admonish you, to execute judgment in the morning. Do what's right in the morning. If at all possible, as much as lie within you, make room for your gifts in the morning. Give that time to God, whatever that calling is, or your purpose that is upon your life. Make some time for it in the morning. I know that some of you work in the morning. Well, you have to train yourself to get up before work. Get up a little bit earlier. But at least be obedient to the word. Why? It says to deliver him that is spoiled out of the hand of the oppressor. This ain't just about you. You're not here just to see about you. Your purpose ain't just about you. The calling upon your life ain't just about you. But it is for the edification and the edifying of God's people. It is to deliver him that is spoiled. That means robbed. When something is spoiled, that means it's been plundered. That means the thief then came in and took everything. Everything that had any value. Spiritually, we can say the hope, your joy, your love, your peace, your health, your strength, your courage, your boldness, your faith. Like all those things are important, and all those things make one spiritually rich. And so when the enemy or the thief come in and spoil you, that means they done took everything. They done came in and took all the good stuff. Anything that was worth value has been taken away. Well, we got brothers and sisters in the house, chosen ones, that have been spoiled, that have been pillaged. by the thief, by the robbers. There have been the war. There have been in battles, spiritual battles. Some for the very lives. And they have been spoiled by the enemy. They have been pillaged and plundered by the oppressor. Who's the oppressor? They know. You know who the oppressor is. Your enemy. That vessel that the enemy was able to use to come against you, whether it be your spouse, your family member, your boss, it could be your parents, your in-laws, your children, your neighbors. Strangers. They come in and just spoil chosen one. Your job is to execute judgment. And the word says in the morning and deliver him that is spoiled. We supposed to wake up being about our Father's business. When he bless us to see another day, we supposed to wake up being about his business and seeing about family, your spiritual family. Him that is oppressed. By the oppressor. And it comes with a warning. It says, lest my fury go out like fire and burn, that none can quench it because of the evil of your doings. Now, I know most of us know. And if you don't know, hopefully soon you will. But a lot of time, I have noticed that God will speak to you in the morning. After you done rested, your brain done had time to quiet down, your spirit done had time to settle from sleep. And you wake up and before the hustle and bustle of the world. But before the kids get to running around and calling you, before the phone starts ringing and all the noise is going on in the traffic jams, he is able to speak to you in the quiet, in the stillness, in the morning. Now Zechariah 7:9, it has two sub verses, Zechariah 7:9 and Zephaniah 3:5. And Zechariah 7:9 says, thus speaks the Lord of hosts, saying, execute true judgment and show mercy and compassion every man to his brother. True judgment, which means tell it like it is. Tell the truth and shame the devil. Tell it like it is. Whatever that thing is, or that you can help your brother and sister be free from it, tell it like it is. And show mercy and compassion to your brothers and your sisters. And what is it? Zephaniah 3:5 says, the just Lord, who he's talking about Yah, is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning does he bring his judgment to light. See, he likes to move in the morning. He would love to speak to you in the morning because that's in his word. So it's written. Y'all speak to you in the morning. And in this word say every morning does he bring his judgment to light. He fails not. But the unjust know no shame. See? The unjust know no shame. The wicked ones, the oppressors, the narcissists, the toxic people, they know no shame. And so that's why you got to be on it every morning. You got to wake up getting on it in the morning, because they know no shame, which means they not going to stop. They don't care about you crying. They don't care about you being tired. They know no shame. So they going to keep up what they doing. They're going to keep on oppressing you. They're not bothered about you being oppressed. They specialize in it. They sent to oppress you. But when you know better, you supposed to wake up with the mind to help your brothers and your sisters be free. Wake up with the mind to deliver somebody else. To help somebody else see the truth. To help somebody else get their spoil back. Get their stuff back. And how do you do it? By executing true judgment. What's true judgment? Your testimony. The truth. Give them the real. Don't give them what you think you know. Give them what you know. For sure. And you do it because you don't want that fire. You don't want the fury and the fire. The fury of the Most High to go out like a fire and burn that none can quench it because of the evil of your doings. It's evil when you see your brothers and sisters going through stuff. When you see people suffering and being oppressed. And you know you can see the answer to their problems or because you've been there. And you can offer some advice to help them. And you don't do it. You take your time dragging your feet. All right. That's evil. And you risking his fear and fire. So I want you to remember Moses. It's a reason why, certain things and certain people will stand out to you in life. Sometimes it's not who the person is. It's what the person represents. It's the actions of the person, because actions speak louder than words. So I'm reminded of Moses. Moses was sent and chosen by God to deliver his people that were in bondage, that were enslaved. Moses didn't think that, he was the right man for the job. He didn't think he was capable of, hey, Moses was looking at his flesh because he stuttered. So he was being self-conscious. But God looked past that, because God don't look at the flesh. God look at the heart. He look at what's on the inside of a person. So you're going to have to get past that self-conscious stage that you in. You're going to have to lay that down and get in your purpose, in your calling. You're going to have to lay that down, because it's not just about you. It's people out there oppressed, and you got information that could help some of them be set free. Now, I'm not telling you something I done read about. I'm telling you what I know, because I'm that way. I had been through cycle after cycle after cycle after cycle of narcissism and toxic people all my life, to where I didn't even recognize it after a while. And like the children of Israel went around in the wilderness 40 years, I'm not going to tell my age on here, but I felt like that. Because it took me about that long to see what was going on and to understand. But it took a very, very toxic and narcissistic relationship person to open my eyes to it. It was, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish it on the narcissist that did it to me. That's how bad it was. But I thank the Most High, because it came with shame. I felt all that. The shame of, I can't believe that this happened to me. Why didn't I see this? All the questions that come with shame. Even after it was over, to walk with my head up in public, because it was abuse in that relationship, and to just claim me back in the presence of people that saw me when I was being torn down and beat down, to claim my power back, to stand under the power of the Most High. Hallelujah. It was nobody but Him. I'm a living, breathing, and walking testimony. And there's no way that I can sit here and see it happening. Like, once the light comes on to it, you can see it a mile away. You can see other people going through it. Your discernment is so keen to it. And the reason why is so you can help. You can help the light turn on for them. Because the word says, my people perish for lack of knowledge. They don't know. And so that's why they're dying. They don't know. That's why they're suffering. They don't know. That's why they're trying to stick it out. Some of them so blind, they think it's God's will. They think that's His will for them to be with that person. And don't know that's so far from the truth. They think because they married to the narcissist. So I'm going to pray them through it. I'm going to hold on. I'm going to stick beside him. That's my man, I'm going to stick beside him. Or that's my wife, I'm going to stick beside her. And don't know, they don't realize that unless that person has a one-on-one encounter with Yeshua, Jesus Christ Himself, with God himself. It ain't gonna happen, Captain. They not gonna change. A snake is a snake. Did Satan change in the garden? Did he transform into something else and change his ways? No. He can appear as a minister of light, but sooner or later the truth gonna come out. That darkness gonna come. His true shape and form is gonna come out, just like a narcissist. They can pretend over so long because the word say what's in a man's heart gonna come out. What a man thinks in his heart, so is he. So if he thinking evil in his heart, he evil. If a man got love in his heart, he's of love. He's lovely. If a man got God in his heart, he's a man of God. And vice versa. If he got the devil in his heart, he is of the devil. He's a child of destruction. But back to what I was saying about Moses. There's another person who spiritually, she did the same thing. And that's why they stand out to me, because it doesn't matter if you're a male or female. Some of you are here to help others to be set free. Now, you know what that is. You know what is being set free from. For some of you, it's from sexual sin. From some, it's from pornography. From some, it's from witchcraft, dark arts. Thank you, Father. For some, it's from alcoholism, from adultery, gambling, perversion, molestation. Molestation and the effects of it. Thank you, Father. The example of a female servant sent to set God's chosen people free is Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman was a woman. I'm sure you know about her. They called her Minty. But she was a slave who God chose, and he blessed her, opened her heart and her mind. She got free. Except when Harriet got free, she didn't just think about herself. She remembered the others that she left behind, her family. And so you know what she did? She went back into slavery. She went back into their land to get others, to help them get out. And she didn't do it no one time or no 2 times or no 3 times. If I ain't mistaken, I think they say she went in 19 times. She went back in and could have got caught. But she helped so many others get free. Until, well, in her older days, they changed her nickname. And they started calling her Moses. Because after they had got freed, their eyes was open. And then they seen who she really was spiritually. Who she represented spiritually. They could see her for who she really was. A female Moses. That's who some of you are. That's who you are. Woman. That's who you are. Brother. Man. You have something within you. You have an experience. You have a testimony. You have a word. You have some insight. You have some knowledge that is going to help so many others to get free. And so your job is to get up and be about your Father's business. Your job is to get up and go in these YouTube streets and help bring your brothers and your sisters to freedom from the oppressor. Those that are spoiled from the oppressor. Because some don't even know what's going on. All they know is just their life is in shambles and they don't understand why. Go in there and get them. And when you do it, the word say, show mercy and compassion. Every one of you to your brothers. Just go, man and woman, to your brothers and sisters. Show mercy and compassion. Now, I can imagine that some of them slaves, when Harriet went in there to get them, just like with Moses, some of them slaves got scared on the way out. So what they did, they was asking Moses questions. Well, what we gonna eat? But they might come to you and how I'm supposed to survive? How I'm supposed to live if I get out this marriage? He was the one. He was the head of the household. He was the breadwinner. He was the one. How am I supposed to make it on my own? They get afraid. But your job is to show mercy and compassion. And keep on praying. Because remember in the word, Jesus said, don't worry about what you're going to say. But in that very same hour, I put the words in your mouth what you're supposed to say. It's going to come to you. He's going to give it to you. The Spirit will bring back to your mind all things that He has said. So, I hope that this has encouraged you. I hope that this has admonished you. I hope that this has strengthened you. I hope that this has put some fire up under you to get in your purpose. Let this be the fire that gets up under you and get you started and get you going. Tell it. Execute true judgment. Tell the truth and shame the devil. That's what you do. Because you don't want the fury of God to come out like a fire upon you. Because it say it's going to burn. That's in the word. We just read it. So, be about your Father's business. And the instructions is plain. He'd like it done in the morning. And I said, like the instructions say, execute judgment in the morning. Plain straight like that. That's the word. Every morning does he bring his judgment to light. Every morning. And it say, and he faileth not. He does not fail. So every morning he does this. Every morning he's willing to meet you there. He will meet you there if you show up. You're not in this by yourself. He with you. He just needs you to open your mouth. Cry loud and spare not. Lift up your voice like a trumpet in Zion and show the house of Jacob their transgressions and and show God's people their transgressions and the house of Jacob their sins. So I want you to be encouraged. And get in your purpose. And do what God say.